Look, you have to let me in.
I can't. The hospital's on lockdown.
You don't understand. My friend's in there and she's really sick and I really have to be there for her.
I'm sorry. Only medical personnel are allowed in.
Look, I was just in there, sir. My friend Alison, she's one of the people that they're holding for quarantine. Please.
Every present that was sent was tainted with the same poison. The watch, the bracelet, the necklace, the perfume, and they were all sent by Rick Decker.
Are you sure?
Yes, I've been trying to think, what is the connection? What ties this all together? It's gotta be Decker. Everyone that got a gift had betrayed him in some way. Susan was married to Rick, but then she found out that he was behind the murders at the hospital, so she betrayed him. She turned him in, and he tried to kill her. Then Emily did everything in her power to expose him, even to the point where she accused him of murdering someone that he hidden. So he went after the both of them. He sent 2 bottles of tainted perfume to Emily, under the guise of it being a gift from an advertiser. Now, one of those bottles was Susan's favorite perfume, so Emily re-gifted it to her, only Susan didn't put it on, so she didn't get sick. Casey wasn't so lucky. He got infected by being exposed to Emily.
I can understand why he would target Susan and Emily, but what about the watch Chris got and he thought it was from his mother, Kim?
That's easy, Dad. When Decker was killing all those patients at the hospital, he tried to make you look like the guilty one. But when you got sick and you fell in that coma, I knew he was behind it, and I made sure everyone else knew too. But it wasn't enough to stop him. The person who really brought Rick Decker down was Alison. She faked her own death when he went into hiding to flush him out. And it worked. Alison proved Rick Decker could be outsmarted, so Rick retaliated by sending her that bracelet from her father.
What about Meg Snyder? She never betrayed Decker. They never even worked together.
Yes, but the necklace was never intended for Meg. It was sent to Barbara. Barbara simply loaned it to Meg.
Oh, it was meant for Barbara to get infected.
Do you remember when Barbara used Decker to escape from the psychiatric hospital, and then once they were free, she abandoned him? Well, Rick led her to believe that the necklace was from Will and Gwen. And then Barbara loaned it to Meg for her wedding to Paul as something borrowed.
So now she's collateral damage in Rick Decker's private war.
So how do I save my wife?
I told you I have the antidote, and I'm willing to turn it over to you.
But only if we'd help you escape.
It's quid pro quo, Barbara.
You're out of your mind.
I think he already knows
Now,
that.
here's how it's going to work. While I'm at the hospital producing a cure, the two of them are going to arrange for a helicopter to meet me. Inside, there's going to be a briefcase. My price is $1 million. Now, if you can arrange to make that happen, you'll have the antidote, and Meg will be as good as new, as well as everyone else. Do we have a deal?
No
Yes.
way.
Excuse me. Hello. I'm Miss Snyder. I'm Meg's mother. Could you tell her that I'm here?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Snyder. Your daughter's not here.
Do you have any idea where she...
She's in the hospital.
That's what he's going to do to you, Meg. He's going to kill you. Why do you think you're still in those restraints? So you can't fight back? No. He wants you to die. And then he'll bury you just like he buried me.
What are you doing? He's our only
You're not
chance
gonna
of cure.
help that psychopath get away with what he's done.
And what about Meg?
We'll find another way to hurt Meg.
Well, there may not be enough time. Excuse me for eavesdropping, but Paul, I'm very good at what I do. And I can assure you that your wife may not have the strength to hold on much longer.
You don't have a clue what my wife is capable of.
Well, I do know that very shortly she's going to be going into respiratory failure. and then cardiac arrest, and then her heart, filled with all that love for you, will just stop beating. And then even if they do revive her, she'll start having seizures.
You want a helicopter? We'll get you a helicopter.
What about the money?
Yes.
Good. Well, come on. Let's get a move on.
Oh, no. You're not leaving on my account, are you?
Don't flatter yourself.
I insist that you stay. We're gonna have a nice long talk.
Dad, look at this. Look at the toxicity levels in Alison's blood. Decker just doesn't want to hurt her dad. He wants her dead.
Hey! I'm ordering you to take a break right now.
I can't, Dad. He's trying to kill her.
Listen to me. Whatever this is, it makes people act to extremes. You and Casey were violent. Now, you can't do things like this if you want to help Alison.
I know. I'm sorry.
Now, don't be sorry. Just remember that the research that you're doing is a matter of life and death, and you're on the right track.
You really think so?
Son, I have faith in you. You can do this.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay, let me streamline this, all right? I hired Rick to help us, all of us. It's obvious that his background is the key to a cure.
Barbara, his background in poisoning people to death?
If it helps Casey and Meg, does it really matter, Margo?
And why is everyone looking so pensive? As Barbara said, I'm here to help. And if I could come up with a cure, perhaps it would atone for the crimes I've committed in the past.
Oh, well, that's all very noble.
And we need to talk to Bob now so he can give Rick access to the hospital lab.
All right, go, get out, go!
Thank you.
Now, I assume that you'll arrange for transport to the hospital.
Let me ask you something, Rick. Why are you so invested in this case?
Let's just say I like a good medical mystery, don't you?
One in which all the people involved are directly connected to you?
Like, you're not suggesting that I might have something to do with this, are you?
I know you did.
Well, that's a serious accusation.
You targeted these people. Susan, Emily, Alison, Barbara.
Well, in case you didn't notice, I think that was Barbara that just walked out of here. Looking quite well, I might add.
Oh, you disgust me. All this mock piety. You went after these people, you poisoned them slowly and sadistically, and then you want me to allow you to swoop in here and be revered as some sort of hero. Well, I don't think so.
So I must assume that transport's out of the question.
Your plan failed.
So in other words, well, in cop talk, you're taking me down.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Oh, you find that funny, do you?
No. I just think it's extremely arrogant of you. I'm already serving consecutive life sentences. If you want to tack on another one, be my guest. But you know what? Without any evidence to actually prove that I'm behind this, it might be a bit tricky to arrest me. You go ahead and push your paperwork around. It doesn't make any difference to me. I'm not the one with something to lose here. You are.